Welcome to HerStory, the podcast where we share the real, behind-the-scenes journeys of founders who are shaping our Space Coast and Treasure Coast communities.
This show is about the stories that don't always make it to social media, the turning points, the risks, the lessons learned, and the moments that quietly change everything.
We sit down with founders and small business leaders to talk about where they started, what they've overcome, and what it truly takes to build something meaningful.
HerStory is produced in partnership with weVENTURE Women's Business Center. It elevates small businesses and inspires the next generation of entrepreneurs to pursue their ideas with confidence.
You do not have to build alone. There's an entire community ready to help take your ideas from vision to reality.
Whether you're a business owner or a dreamer in the early stages, or someone who loves supporting small businesses, this show is for you.
This is HerStory. Hi, Pamela. Welcome to the HerStory podcast. We are so excited to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Hello. I'm so excited to be with you guys. I'm Pamela Guldi. I own MotherLove Massage. I am a holistic women's health practitioner specializing in pre and perinatal maternity massage. So fertility, prenatal, postpartum, womb wellness, and breast care. And I've been a licensed massage therapist for 33 years.
Wow.
An LLC, so MotherLove's been official since 2010. So that's like 15 years, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an office in Cocoa Village. I have a satellite office in Winter Park, Florida. And I serve women through life transitions of our hormones, right? So menstruation, pregnancy, postpartum, going into menopause.
Yeah, at some really critical points in their lives.
Yeah.
And just doing it with holistic massage and herbs and well woman care.
Okay, I would love to know, how did you come into this field?
So I went to massage school really young at 19. I was just doing deep tissue work. I love deep structural work. But then I had a friend. I was living in a very bohemian house. One of my friends was going to midwifery school and invited me to her doula program.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a year later, I was pregnant. But in that meantime, I had gotten to attend the birth of one of my massage clients. And when I went to her birth, I was, it was the first time I'd ever seen a birth.
Oh, wow.
Was this an accidental thing, or this was a planned thing? Like you had planned to be there?
Like she wanted you to be there?
Yes. So I had been going to her house doing house calls for her during her pregnancy. I really didn't even know how to do prenatal massage at the time. I was just kind of winging it.
Yeah.
But she invited me to her birth. She said, "Oh my gosh, I think it'd be great if you could come be there at my
special.
labor and massage me. It would probably feel so
So
good."
massage her while she's in labor.
Yes.
Wow.
So
And you had never done that before.
I had never done it before. I'm someone who just is like, sure, I'm going to do that. I say yes, often to my detriment. And it was, it blew my mind. I mean, I was like, whoa, that was it.
Really? So
Walk us through that experience.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so I went to massage school at 19. I was probably 24, 25 at the time. And I'm an only child, don't have siblings, never really been around kids, never been around breastfeeding babies.
A pregnancy before.
No, not like that,
Wow.
So just massaging her through her pregnancy was super cool. But then what an honor to be invited into that space, right? And it's always just very humbling and very sacred space. So, but yes, to see like that whole process unfold, to be present at the birth. I remember crying and, those happy birth tears, and
you're feeling
like
all the
life.
feels.
You just watched life come out of another human.
Yeah,
That's wild.
So it stayed with me. But then like a year later, I was pregnant and I'd been introduced to this group of midwives now. So I had these wonderful women in the community that I knew when I had my baby, and I had midwifery care for for Sebastian, for my son, and we had a home water birth.
Wow.
So
how was that experience?
I loved it. I mean, I can't, again, I didn't have anything to compare it to, but I didn't have a lot of input about the way I should have done it. Like I didn't have a lot of medical, like people telling me, no, you have to go to the hospital. You have to be the
So no one told you what your birth plan needed to be. You were able to just kind of
You're like at the forefront of home births because that wasn't a trendy thing back then, was it?
No, he's 29.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
So were there any pauses or hesitations into going that route versus the traditional hospital route?
Not at all. Again, young and naive, like
like
let's just charge ahead.
You were surrounded by people that did the home birth, so that makes sense.
And it, and it does make sense. I mean, I understood this is a physiological process. I was born to do this. There was no reason there should be anything wrong. We're having a healthy pregnancy. The baby's looking great. And what an amazing thing to and my dad had been born at home. So maybe that was in the back of my mind too, so I don't know. it just made sense to me.
And your husband was on board.
He was, thank goodness. Yeah. He's the oldest of 6. He got to see his youngest being born and
I saw my younger sibling born with all home births. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's insane.
San Diego. So California is very forward in that regard. Yeah.
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 That's super cool.
Yeah. It was right to me. I actually had more fear about going to the hospital, I think.
What were the reservations there?
Just having somebody else tell me about my body when I felt pretty secure and maybe it's already because I had been in massage school at a young age. I really knew my body pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that for other women who aren't in touch with their body, I was not in touch with my body. And the default is to kind of lean on the medical professionals to be the experts. Right. So you're really fortunate that you learned massage, you were connecting with your body and other people's bodies. So that was a very innate experience for you.
Yeah, I mean, I was all in once I was a mom. I was so tied into the birth world, and I just was hooked on attending births. So I did doula work for a long time.
And what do doulas do? Because
that'd be
I didn't have
one.
I don't really know, but for those who don't know what a doula does, what is that?
So doula literally translates to woman serving woman.
Oh,
and
cool.
It's a Greek,
Interesting. I didn't know that.
It's a Greek word, yes. And so, it really means somebody who's there with you by your side to support you emotionally, physically, but not do any of the medical intervention stuff, right?
Okay.
So we don't do any internal checks. We're not checking fetal heart tones, but we're helping position changes and breathing and your partner to connect to you and get their hands on you and support you physically. So, I mean, that's a big part of it is bringing the couple together.
So you guide the actual experience.
Yes. And then you're there for information. So, let's say a medical provider comes in and says, we want to break your water. Just giving her the pros, the cons.
Wow.
Just giving information, right? Yeah.
An ally in the room.
It is your ally in the room because medical providers come in and out. There's taking care of a lot of people at the same time.
Right.
But the statistics have shown that when you have a steady support person with you for the duration, intervention rates go down, birth rates are better.
It's just a whole different element of the childbirth experience because I do think of it as such a medical process, but it could be so much more spiritual and emotional and connecting
more
you and
human.
your partner. Yes.
Yeah.
Duh. I mean, that's what it feels like right now having this conversation. Duh, why isn't it like that across the board?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, it's really been medicalized, right?
Yeah.
And it's very much managed. So birth is very much managed right now in the United States and all over the world, right? When it is very intuitive, very natural. There is a beautiful unfolding physiologically that happens when we are hands off and can let mama do her thing. And
interesting.
So I hear over and over, women, especially in the treatment room now, that are I didn't have the birth I wanted with my first, and I want to do it differently this time.
And some women don't get a second chance to do it all over again.
Yeah.
Especially if they've been, kind of coerced, or there was an emergency cesarean and something went wrong, or there's lots of things that happen. Yeah. My experience was that I was so in love with doing births and, massage, prenatal massage. But I had these babies at home and a husband at home. And so I was constantly being torn, to go attend a birth in the middle of the night, or to be on call.
Yes, because that's not a scheduled thing.
It is not a scheduled thing,
Oh,
right? And I have a lovely husband who, really supported that and made that happen for me. But it was tough on him too, trying to work and 2 little ones and then 3 eventually. So there's this push-pull with being an entrepreneur or just even having a passion that you love and you want to serve, like attending.
And knowing those moments
Yeah.
when it's happening, it's a hard call.
Yeah, it's really can be challenging. For sure.
Right. So how did you navigate some of that? Like, what were some of the red flags that you started seeing within the family unit that made you like, oh, okay, maybe we need to reassess and adjust a little bit?
Yeah, it took me a while to see the red flags. I mean, I think my husband was just very patient with me for a long time because he knew it was important to me and he saw.
You love this. Yeah. This is your true passion and calling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I really stopped doing as many births when the kids started getting a little bit older and, they had school activities, stuff going on.
They're probably more aware too. Where's mommy?
Yes. Well, so my son says to this day, like if he has a friend that's pregnant, I'll be like, can you talk to her? Because he says, well, I remember waking up and dad would just say, mom's at a birth. And then later in the day, we'd see baby pictures. And I was like, I love that he has that experience.
He remembers that.
Yeah. So, but it affected the family for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see what happens when they have kids, what they want to do.
Sometimes we don't know, how much we've messed them up.
Yeah, we know you'll be there, right?
Well,
Hopefully.
we'll see.
Right?
Yeah. So, the other thing that really, I think affected just my business and the family was, building clients throughout the school year while the kids are in school and I could work all the time and then they're out for summer. And then there's this okay, now what am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Basically putting everything on pause or on hold for the summer while they're out.
Oh, wow.
So you did that so you could be with the kids because they weren't in school.
Yes. And I wanted to be with the kids. I mean,
you went at that time. Yeah.
I mean, I remember they did some summer camp stuff and things like that. And I kind of just juggled things around. Mm-hmm. But I remember that feeling of like every fall they go back to school and I'm like, I almost feel like I'm starting over,
Oh, really?
For a long time. Yeah. For years. Kind of felt like that. Mm-hmm.
Because to that point, were you doing regular massage clients or was it mostly still focused on the doula work?
I was doing both. But I didn't have my own space at the time. I was just working like in a yoga studio or working in different spaces. And, I was like building clients, but then you take those 2-3 months off. And then it just was like never really getting ahead, feeling like I'm not getting ahead.
Well, I think it's like what you're talking about is so relatable. It's like as an entrepreneur, we're raising families. Like life is happening at the same time. And so we're very dedicated and in love with the work we do, but we love our families. And then there's like this guilt trip that we put on ourselves, right? This pressure to want to be at a certain place with our business.
Because you love both.
Yeah. So then it's like we almost beat ourselves up for feeling like we started over. But I mean, you could reframe that, right? Like that's why you did this. That's why you worked for yourself. Like
that's the irony of it all.
Yes, it's like we're so good at like judging ourselves, right? But it's like to actually be intentional and say, no, I'm redefining what success looks like. Like that gave you the flexibility. You were able to take the summers off and be with them, and then you were able to rebuild your business that is actually like really remarkable that you were that resilient.
Well, and it's true that I do remember having those like very conscious thoughts. It wasn't lost on me like, oh, I can make my schedule however I want it. Nobody's telling me what to do, and I get to do these things. And just knowing I had a lot of freedom in that. There's also this like thought pulling me that's, there's a little bit of resentment about sometimes the idea of this is not going to sound nice.
Don't say it. It's true.
Not so pretty.
The man getting to like go to work and like work and not having to like juggle both things. And I don't think that's true so much these days, of like, but
every family unit's different, but I'm sure that's so relevant in a lot of families.
Yeah,
still.
yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
often that we take on different imbalances, and it works, but it's hard. Sometimes it's not. It doesn't feel like it was a fair choice, or those things. It's.
I think that expectation is still there today, like the more traditional roles where the man gets to go to work and then, put like completely turn off dad mode and then, and
I mean, I do think it's shifting, though. I think
I do
that
too, yeah.
dads are really stepping up. There's a lot more stay-at-home dads. There's a lot more engaged dads.
For
and-
sure. I think
Yeah.
it's very different than it
Yeah.
was 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. I do think that women are still letting go of that double expectation on ourselves. Because I know me, like, trying to be the best mom and trying to be the best wife and trying to be the best entrepreneur. Like, I stack these really high standards on myself. And when they collide, I have to let it go. And my amazing husband reminds me that I'm doing that to myself, and no one's judging me.
No one's putting that pressure on
That's so
you.
true, right? Yeah.
Thank God for him, because he really grounds me.
Yes.
Says, stop it, you're doing that to yourself.
Yeah, we can be hard on ourselves.
Yeah. Okay, so you're growing your business, you're balancing these things, you're going through these seasons of flexibility. What was your vision, and what were you working towards for your business?
So I wish I could say I had a big vision and I was working towards something. I think I was just in the daily grind for a long time.
You were just in it.
Yes. So that's fine. That all was great for a lot of years.
Yeah.
I was in a yoga studio that I loved. I was working there, and things shifted. The studio sold. I lost my space.
Oh.
And at that point, I was doing really well. So
Like you were at a career high?
I was, had a good
Regulars,
clientele with
yeah.
me. Yes, lots of regulars, doing great. Found my groove. So I went and I rented a space, and that was 2010. That was the beginning of my LLC.
So this was the beginning of really making it official.
Yes.
Sometimes it takes those moments where you're like
yeah.
forced to make a decision like that, or that next jump in your career, because who knows how long you would have stayed at that yoga studio.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
Instead of going this slightly more challenging route of starting over in your own space.
Yeah. So I opened a space, and it was a little 3-room office in an
That's
office
a big
building.
space.
Yeah, it was maybe 500 to 600 square feet.
Okay,
It was
but
not-
3 separate
Yeah.
rooms.
But 3 little rooms and a tiny little reception area. Big enough
You
to put a
don't
couch
need a
in.
huge space
Yeah.
for that. Yeah. Just
But you must
private
have had some
areas.
type of foresight at that point to think, oh, I'm going to fill this with different therapists. Or were you thinking, I just want a little extra space?
I think I was really going in the direction of growing the practice and knowing, kind of envisioning that, and seeing the potential that this could do something bigger
So
than
that's
just
an
me.
exciting place to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so your kids are a little bit older at this point.
Yes, like
Yes,
middle
so that must have helped,
school-ish,
right?
Yeah,
They got through those super needy ages, and then they can dress themselves and brush their
Yeah.
teeth. So then, those are the seasons, right? It's like you needed to have more attention there, and then now you were able to shift some of that energy into this. Okay, so you've got this space. Now tell us about how that goes from there.
Yeah, so this MotherLove was really growing. I added 3 therapists.
Right off the bat.
Not right off the bat, but
Okay.
it just, and the way I would do it, I'd be like, oh, you're a massage therapist? Do you want to come work with me? I mean, I was like grabbing people.
You were
I was,
scrappy
like,
and just making it happen.
And sometimes it worked?
Yes, sometimes it mostly worked.
Good.
And things were going well. So I did the Groupon thing for a while.
Groupon was a big thing. Yeah.
Was that worth it? Because that's expensive, right? You have to give up a good amount.
It was worth it because we did build clientele, but man, a lot of heartache and aggravation with just Groupon and like the people.
Weirdos
it's
walking in the door.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag for sure. Yeah, you get all kinds for sure. I wouldn't recommend it. But anyway, we were doing that, and I was very passionate still about like herbal medicine and Ayurveda, and I have a couple of friends that are Indian, go to India every year, to Kerala, and they had invited me to go study Ayurveda while they were there, and his wife was going to be treated.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was all in. So This was probably like 2014-ish. We were like cruising with our practice. And I went to India to study Ayurveda for a month, basically.
Oh, so tell us what it is.
Okay, so Ayurveda is the science of life is what it translates to. And it's basically, it dates back to like Chinese medicine. So like 5,000-year-old system of healing medicine in India, traditional medicine. And it uses looking at your body's constitution and like your lifestyle, where you live. So I won't go into it in too detail, but basically like living in balance with your life. Like, eating the right foods to balance your digestion, warming the body or cooling the body to balance your health. And then, doing certain things throughout the day that help you live in harmony again with like
very holistic.
Yes. It's all about creating, like harmony in the body and your environment and your life in general. Yeah.
A whole month in India away from the family?
Oh, yeah. Well,
wow.
I was there 3+ weeks.
Yeah, that's
it was a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah.
It sounds like it was life-changing, though.
It was. My son was he was in high school at that point. Again, my husband's just awesome because who can do that,
So supportive.
Yeah, so supportive. And the kids were great too. They really picked up the slack and So right before I went, I have a lovely friend who said, I'm going to close this. She had 2 locations. She was running a small business. And she wanted to kind of get out of one of her spaces. And I was really growing. She said, do you want to partner and like go into this space? And it was exciting and shiny and pretty.
You were growing.
And
it
I
sounds
was
like
growing,
a good opportunity.
And it seemed like such a great idea.
Yeah.
So you jumped right in? No, like, let me think on that.
I took a couple days, but not a long period of time. Yeah, it was
so
pretty
like, if we're going to grow, we're going to grow.
Yeah.
It sounds like the right timing. And
yeah, it felt right. We were growing.
The opportunity was presented on a platter to you.
It really was. It looked real good.
Yeah.
Yes,
this was right before you left.
It was. It was. Yeah, I already had plans to go to India. And so I was like, gosh, that's like the timing's a little weird. But, she assured me we'll get the space ready. The therapist can start, we'll get that, everything going, the licensing, and therapists are there. They're ready to go. The schedule is ready to go.
Yeah.
You said she was a friend of yours.
Yeah, we had been friends for quite a while already. Like, not like super, super close, but acquaintances for a while. And, there were some red flags. So, I mean, I do know that there were some things that probably weren't.
In retrospect.
In retrospect. Okay, so
tell
us. So you went to India, you came back. The space had been opened already?
Yeah, so they had done a lot of work. The space
While you
was
were
ready to
gone.
go.
So she was obviously very committed.
Yeah, yes,
But
definitely.
then did you guys ever sit down and have like this is what our business plan is or something like that?
Yeah, no, we didn't
Okay,
do that.
cool.
So one of the lessons.
That's a takeaway.
I hear like this is a teaching moment. It sounds like
big teaching moment for sure. Pay
But you
attention.
don't think about those things sometimes. So it's new. You've never gone through that scenario before.
Yes, true. Very true. I mean, there were lots of things I should have been thinking about, right? There was not good communication from the beginning. There were a lot of assumptions, I think, on both ends about what was going to happen and who was going to do what.
What the vision might have been.
And it seemed pretty obvious what the roles were going to be because this person doesn't do what I do. Like they were just going to run the business part of it. I was going to do the body work.
So it's clear to you.
It was clear in my brain.
Yeah, that's so complimentary. Complementary skill sets.
It seems like it. Okay. But there were a lot of, now looking back, like underlying core values that probably did not align, which I would not recommend going into business with someone that your core values don't align.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't know that until you're forced into this kind of an intimate relationship with someone that these things come up.
Yes. Some conversations would have probably been really pertinent. Like that really could have helped clear some of that up,
What did you really take from the situation? And then how did this become a turning point to the next?
Yeah. So basically, things started to kind of dissolve pretty quickly. I was noticing that, I was working a whole lot of hours, like burning it at both ends. I was doing like 6 massages a day, 6 days a week. And the therapists were pretty busy too, but there was, I was spending so much time in the treatment room, I couldn't oversee what was going on.
Like how
for
could you
sure.
even pay attention to anything else? You
Yes.
really had to just trust that.
It was being
Yeah.
handled.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you know, we had tripled our size, tripled the therapist.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And it was going, like, it seemed like it was going to go well, but again, the communication breakdown was not good. And, yeah, I mean, you can't run a business when you're in the business, right?
Right.
That's my big takeaway. Even today, like, you have to be able to, you know, manage the business.
That's what Catherine Rudloff will stress to everyone.
Yes.
It's not a business unless it runs on its own.
Yeah. So basically, you know, it was a year and a half we were in, and we had like, I think we had a 3-year lease or 5 years, I can't remember, but I chose to just kind of walk away. It got pretty uncomfortable at the end. You know, it wasn't.
You guys tried talking and it just was not going anywhere.
It wasn't. We were really butting heads real bad. And you know, I was very emotional about a lot of it. I was very much.
Sure, it was personal.
It was
very personal. That's MotherLove is
and it felt like I had brought my business in, and then it just like I felt like I lost my people, you know, what I had built. It was very
like you built your baby, and then she kind of took your baby and started running it for you.
Yeah, like the baby was getting disciplined in a real bad way. I didn't like what was happening.
Not equal parenting. We didn't agree on this.
Right.
And you had mentioned to us before that like she was even starting to turn the team against you.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, like people weren't talking to me. I felt like I had zero control over what was happening. The last day I was there, I showed up, the door was locked. I didn't have a key to get in. The lock had been changed. And I just, you know, the conversation was basically, am I going to fight for this, or am I going to just walk away from this? And I didn't have the fight in me at the time.
Yeah,
I
can't
think I was
see
so
you doing that.
I know. I think I was just so heartbroken.
Yeah.
Well, and it probably wasn't a fight even worth it, honestly. Doesn't sound like she was a very rational person.
Yeah, it sounds so unreasonable.
What I regret is that the therapists, you know, they suffered from that, but the clients really suffered. Like there had been packages and things bought, and then people lost money.
No.
And, it wasn't good. So, you know, I don't know if I could have done it. I couldn't have done it differently then. I could definitely do it differently now.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Like how important is it now to use your voice, to set boundaries and ask questions?
Yes. Well, what I see, and I learned this over the last few years, is that our nervous system is in control of everything. And I was spent. I was 3 kids, running the business, like way overworking myself, not eating, like fasting or like
you're working,
like just not eating,
clients.
not sleeping. I would get up sometimes in the middle of the night, clean the house. I mean, I did crazy things, you know.
Not eating.
Just
can relate to that. Skipping meals to hit the deadline and thinking I'll catch up on sleep on the weekend or the next day,
and it never comes.
But
and you just spiral.
You spiral, and as women, our hormones are in charge, right?
And we hand over the reins at that point.
Yes, and if you're not feeding, if you're not fueling your body, you're not sleeping, you're stressed. I mean, your nervous system takes a hit, and I just wasn't functioning at 100%. You know. So yeah, different person these days. But the cool part is that I see mamas come in that I can recognize myself. I'm like, she's got that. Like her nervous system, that switch is flipped and she's on high alert, right? And overdrive.
Survival mode.
Yeah, I recognize that real well these days.
Yeah. So had you not gone through all that trauma, maybe your senses wouldn't be as keen. Like they were already keen and you're very spiritual and in touch with that. But it's been heightened even more.
Yeah. I mean, I think the nervous system is just, it just regulates everything, right? It's the way you show up in the world. It gives you permission to show up as who you are. Some people are screaming at everybody and can't control themselves, and other people are very calm. Their nervous system is totally spent, right? So I just, I don't know where I was going with that.
So you went to India and then you go through this experience. Did you start to think about what you had just studied and start to internalize that for yourself at some point?
It took me years because being in India also, like, I think also took a hit on my nervous system. It's like there's so many sights and sounds and noises and things coming at you. Like,
So new.
it's so new. I was away from the family. I was
So you were already
studying.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I was too in it to be able to see that I needed some like major downtime.
That's so relatable, though. I feel like that's so many of us where you're just in the grind. You're grinding away.
Max out.
And then until you hit a wall because you physically cannot take anymore.
Yes. And that's exactly what I was saying to myself at like, I was turning like 47, 48. And I was like, I just hit a wall. Like,
yeah, your capacity was maxed out.
It really was. Yeah. And let me tell you, my whole hormone system, I was like, why am I like going into like perimenopause symptoms? I mean, I had been fine, but my nerve, again, just totally stressed out.
Yeah.
So what a gift that you can see this in women. So Pam is my masseuse and I go to her regularly. And I always think it's such a gift that and I tell everyone this, like you are able to touch someone's body and in like 0.2 seconds, you know exactly what to target. I think it's such a gift. Ooh. But I think now after talking like this, like it goes beyond just a skill level. Like you are obviously very skilled, but it might be like a spiritual thing too. Like you could read a person's vibe and aura and all of that, and you know what they need.
Yeah, I think there's a combination of intuition, you know, skill with my hands and like the spiritual aspect of like being able to see somebody where they are, you know, it's, and that's the gift of having done this so long, you know, like you can't get that in a couple years, you know, it takes time.
So, and that, you know, that's a type of business that's really hard to scale because it's you doing the physical work.
Yes.
And so how do you transition out of that, right? At some point, you're like, I can't do this forever.
I know.
You may not be the doer, the worker bee all the time.
Yeah.
I had a realization like, oh my gosh, if I don't figure this out, I'm going to be like someday not able to do this and just walking away with nothing, you know?
Yeah.
So, I just kind of put my big girl panties back on. And today I'm like, we're building another team.
And that's where you're going through right now.
Yeah, tell us about that new vision and what you see and how you're growing it and what that looks like.
Yeah. So I'm teaching massage these days. I'm teaching pre and perinatal massage, which is cool because it gives me access to people who want to do this work.
Yeah. You get to pass on your skill and your knowledge and your lived experience. Yeah. So that's beautiful. It's like passing that legacy on.
Yeah, it was a realization. Like if I don't start sharing this, you know, I don't.
So the teaching component is a brand new element of your business.
So my mentor, I started learning pre and perinatal massage from Carol Osborne back in 2001.
Oh,
I mentored with her all those years. I got to TA with her several times. And when she was ready to retire, she reached out to 5 of us that had been mentoring with her like consistently. Yeah. And we've taken over her teaching. So she's fully in retirement.
She passed her legacy to you.
She did. And we're so honored and blessed. And we have a great little group. There's 5 of us and it's so cool to carry on her work. But yeah, so I'm teaching the 4-day course that she put together and taught all over the U.S. for like over 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's validating too, that she chose you among the 4.
It's very special to have her back us.
Yeah.
So is that what the course is branded under?
Pre and perinatal massage therapy workshop is the course. There's a textbook. There's a 3rd edition of the book. And maybe we'll see something else in the works. And so we teach throughout the U.S. And so I'm teaching the Austin class and the Florida workshop right now.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. So you're doing some travel then out of state for this.
Yeah, I went to Georgia last year and taught a 2-day class. I've been to Austin the last 5 years, I think, to teach.
Oh, you are really ramping up. You're hustling.
Yeah. And there's more courses coming for sure. So.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
So that's the next stage of this is you're still doing the work. You're building a team locally. So you training therapists and then they're working for you
Yes.
and doing the MotherLove
So
style of massage therapy.
Yeah. So as a massage therapist, you either hire somebody as an independent contractor, which you're very familiar with, right? Or you do it as an employee. So I decided I really need a little more control over having a team and being cohesive.
Yeah.
So building something a little more just sustainable. And
so you are going the employee route? I am. Oh, okay. Neat.
Yeah.
So you can invest in these people and feel like it's building your vision.
Yeah, because I want them to stick around. I want them to have a MotherLove location and manage it. And then, I think we have to grow, and I can't do it all myself. I need people to.
And you can teach what you've learned because it's so incredible and it's so unique.
Yeah.
Your vision sounds clear.
Thank you. Yeah, it sounds like I've been with it it's been, churning in my brain for a long time. So yeah, the my abdominal therapy, that's a big part of what I do, but I want to share some of this work. And I want women to get the body work in a really beautiful, meaningful way. That's good body work.
So I love that. So your vision now is you're scaling in a different way through teaching. So you're able to create a revenue stream through that and give back. And then you're growing a team of employees that you can pour into, invest in, and grow with the idea that you can grow through them.
It's a way to tap into therapists too, to bring on to MotherLove. And
well, that's right. Like I have this great in with them because they are the people that want to learn, the prenatal work and that are passionate about it. It's been hard to find just local therapists that want to just do what I do, right?
Yeah.
Because it's so specialized.
Yeah.
Looking for a dreamy beachfront venue?
Harbor House in Indian Harbor Beach is Florida's premier private oceanfront venue for weddings and special events.
Nestled directly on the sand with all-inclusive packages, warm family-style service, and luxury amenities.
Harbor House makes beachside celebrations effortless and unforgettable. What's some really good advice that you've gotten through the years or that you would pass on to other people building a business that might help them that you might wish you knew sooner?
We know, look at the red flags and pay attention to the red flags is one big one.
One big one. Yes. I think also to have a vision, to have a clear goal in mind and always be working towards your goal. I do think I floundered for a lot of years without having a real clear goal in mind. And knowing that you need to be planning for an exit strategy. If you really want
that's a good
to have, something to sell at the end of the day or to leave a legacy, to have an clear exit strategy is really important.
Yeah.
What was that moment for you, that turning point when you decided that I want to leave a legacy? I want MotherLove to continue on. What led up to that?
Yeah. So I have, I guess, the gift of having grown up an only child, but with two parents who had their own business. And I saw my mom, run a very successful salon with hairdressers and really hustle, work her butt off for many, many years and it was successful. She did a great job. But, when it came time for her to kind of retire, she's still working.
Oh gosh, she can't really retire.
She just doesn't want to. She loves what she does.
That's cool.
But God, on your feet and on
yes, right. But to sell something, when you're ready to be done, she just had a building to sell, but there was no business to sell, right? Because you have to have something to show for that. You have to have books to show and you have to have a way for it to sustain. Sustain itself when you're not there. So I think I just had a realization that, again, I don't want to just, I've traveled and studied all over the place. I'm passionate about it. But what's there left if I just have to turn around and walk away?
End one day. And
then
okay, that was fun.
Exactly. Yeah. It would be, I just like, oh my God, again, break my heart if I had to just like
Yeah.
close the door and there's nothing left.
Yeah.
So I want to share what I know so that other therapists can be successful and do this and make money and, you know, serve other women. It's really about serving other women too, right?
Yeah.
So this
Oh, that's
business
really
mindedness that you have, a lot of it stems from mom and dad growing up and
I
seeing
think
them run their
so.
businesses.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I definitely have like, my brain is always like on, like, what's the next thing?
Yeah, that's a true entrepreneur right there, right?
Yeah,
Or always
yeah.
thinking about the next project.
Project,
Mhm.
growing it. Yeah,
We can't help it.
I know.
It's like you want to turn it off sometimes, but
Oh,
you just
yeah.
cannot.
Yeah, again, my poor husband.
I think this deep into the marriage, he gets it.
He does get it,
Yeah.
yes.
He might almost like that about you.
He must.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I want to talk about the power of support.
Mm-hmm.
Has it been challenging to figure out when to ask for help and how to get support throughout your journey?
Yeah, I think it really, really has. I don't know if that comes from, again, just watching my mom be so independent and strong and never asking for help, like to a fault.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you
All
ask-
these stems from parents.
I mean, that sets a
Mhm.
standard. Like,
Yeah.
okay, figure it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
this
Do
is the
it
norm.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you ask for help, you're weak, you're
Yeah.
not strong,
Yeah.
right? Like, yes.
Which we know is not true.
Right.
But if you're raised to see that as the example,
Yeah,
then
you may
that's
not
what you know.
recognize that you are suffering from not asking for help
Yeah.
until you need help.
Mhm. Yes. I mean, I wish, you know, again, so for somebody else going into this, like, we're really good at what we do, the thing we do, but we're not good at all the other things,
And that's
right?
okay.
There's so many other
right?
things.
It's got to be okay because we can't be
Yeah.
good at everything.
Yeah.
And we wear so many different hats as entrepreneurs. You
Yep.
have to,
Yeah.
you know, do the marketing, do all the
Accounting.
things, the accounting. all the-
Yeah.
So yeah, getting help early on. I mean, gosh, how much further ahead would we be if like we got help right in the beginning and set up those like really good
Right.
systems right
Mhm.
away?
Yeah. Imagine if it was for you to ask all the questions.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, this is why we're doing this podcast, is because
Mhm.
weVENTURE offers free business coaching. It's
Amazing.
like they believe it shouldn't cost money to ask a simple business question. So were you able to find other coaches and support that helped you? And what did that look like? How much did that change
Yeah,
when you were able to lean on?
it's been recent. So I've been figuring it out myself until just 2 years ago. I'm at the end of 2 years with a business coach. And I saw, again, a friend of mine, and I was like, man, what is she doing? Because I'm watching from the outside, and she's like hiring people, and she's all
Same
over
industry?
the place. No, well, she's a midwife.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
so
similar.
aligned,
Mhm.
yes. And I'm like, I see her doing something, and I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
it looks really cool. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so I just reached out. I'm like, what are you doing? And she told me what she was doing. I checked it out. I was, again, like all in. And this time I asked the right questions, but I was all in because I don't want to spin my wheels anymore. Right.
Right, you're done trying to figure it out.
Yes.
It's not moving, and you
Yeah.
want to hire
Gives me
somebody
a
who
plan.
knows.
Yeah. And if I had been able to figure it out, I would have done it a long time
Yeah,
ago. I'm
yes.
still like struggling with some stuff. So yeah. So having help makes all the difference.
So she
you
really
know?
like pointed you in the right direction and said, this is what you need to do next. 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
go.
Yeah, and how does
Yes.
that
Okay.
feel to get that type of confident guidance
Clarity.
clarity. It
and
really,
support?
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
game changer for sure. Just to know, like, okay, here's the next thing. Like, this is what
Oh
I
my
do.
gosh,
I can do
yeah.
this, and then I do the next thing. And if I just keep showing up and doing the things,
Mhm.
eventually, you know, the needle will move.
Yeah.
I just had this thought, but I'm kind of been like, it's kind of like having a doula. Like, it's someone to tell you, like, here's the
Yeah.
information,
Yes.
here's how
Yeah.
you navigate this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a guide.
Yeah.
That's a perfect
Yeah.
analogy. I still
Mhm.
think you'd be a great fit to talk with weVENTURE, though.
Oh, I totally am going
Yeah,
to.
I think because
Yes.
you really do help us at various
Yeah.
times
I can't
in our
wait.
career.
Well, it's amazing because they will wrap the program around your individual business.
It's so
customized,
tailored.
which
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Like
Mhm.
that
So
they're
tailored.
able to customize. And like you said earlier, like life doesn't pause to give us these openings
Nope.
to make these decisions. Life keeps happening. We might be at a peak in our business or at a lull in our business, and things just don't stop. Like you it just keeps moving.
But that's like the beauty of entrepreneurism. Like, it's when you're following that passion, that guiding light just makes things crystal clear because you know you're doing the right thing. Like, this is what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
It just makes everything make more sense. But yeah, the ideas still come and life still happens.
And sometimes it takes a minute before we really trust our knowing.
Yeah. So here's something funny. I had never had a massage when I went to massage school.
Okay.
Wait, in massage school, don't you massage each other?
I mean, I did when I got there, but I had never had a massage before that. It was
Why did you want to be a massage
another
therapist?
leap of faith. Like I really say that I was like led by spirit.
Because that seems random. Like,
so random.
I'll be a massage therapist.
I was a nail tech in my mom's salon.
Oh, wow.
What?
And a biology student going to college.
What were you thinking of doing with the bio degree?
I was going to do marine biology or some kind of biology. I don't know. I don't know. I think I kind of knew, but, and I turned out to not be a great student. And someone said, "Oh, you give a really great hand massage."
That one comment took you on a different trajectory.
Someone a hand massage?
I gave someone, because I was doing nails, right? So
right.
And I had, again, like kind of an aligned friend of a friend who was going to massage school, and I had caught wind of. And I was like, it was in the back of my mind, I guess. And I don't know how it happened. I really have no idea how it happened.
That's exactly why we're doing this, because sometimes it takes one comment, one conversation, one moment, whatever it is, sometimes even a look.
That was a God moment. I'm sure of it. Right? Like, right. You don't know what it is that's going to...
But for some reason, it clicked with you and it sent you on a whole new path.
Yeah.
Having been in business so long, having gone through so many different seasons of life, to the younger founders and entrepreneurs, like when you reflect back in the moment of some of those seasons, you didn't know that experience was going to be a valuable piece of your journey later in life. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You have no way of knowing until you have perspective.
Yes.
And you can't have perspective
is a
without
gift.
life experience.
Yeah.
It's so valuable. And I mean, that's why some people, it's like you can't read in a book because you need more to gain that true perspective of what that means. And until things are really challenging your priorities and what matters to you, you don't have to make choices until you have to.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly just feel like an adult the last few years, and I'm like, oh, like I can see that now, you know?
Yeah.
A really good point for people coming into business is like, it might feel like it's going slow, but I think you can see 33 years I've been doing this. It's okay if it goes slow, right?
Yeah.
That's a reoccurring theme that we've heard with other guests too.
Yeah.
Like it went a lot slower than
like,
what I thought it would. But that's a good thing. They all said that in retrospect. That's a really good thing that I didn't just boom grow like that and just it was out of control.
And it was choice. It was like we were splitting time with raising families. So we weren't, if we didn't have families, husbands and children to give energy to, and we just focused on our business, it'd be somewhere else. But
but that's not most people's reality.
It's hard for us to accept both of those and redefine what success looks like and be really comfortable with that and just say like, yeah, you know what? I got to do so much. It wasn't just work like that was successful. It was family and raising children and so enjoying life. Such an amazing journey that you've been on. And I'm so excited that you've arrived and all that you've become through that. It really is inspiring.
It's a testament to resilience.
Yeah.
Not giving up and just accepting that things will change. Your business will evolve. You will evolve as a human being.
Well, I told Kylie earlier that maybe it's like to a fault, you know, the passion, the drive and the passion is like to a fault sometimes, but it did sustain me through. So
it did. And now like at this season, like you were validated by your teacher and mentor through all these years to have that to be carried on. Like that is such an incredible honor and such a testament to the hard work. Like you stayed in your zone of genius and shared your gifts, and it's continuing to give
Yeah,
back.
I feel like this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning of a brand new chapter
Yeah.
of where your business is going.
I mean, I feel like that. Yeah. I feel like it is the turning point. So I think having these conversations is so important. Just getting together with other women business owners can make everything right. Honestly, when you feel like, you know, like you're just really lonely, because it can be lonely in a business. Right? It can be very isolating.
Right.
It can feel like you're not doing anything right. Just having another conversation can be like,
No, I'm going through that too.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we can all relate to each other as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And that really is, that's the power of support. It can be just be community. It just can be relating to each other, saying, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's really helpful for most of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for
Thanks.
sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
This
for
was so much
doing
fun.
this. This is so awesome.
Thank you for listening to HerStory podcast, brought to you by weVENTURE Women's Business Center, a program of the Florida Tech Fisk College of Business, in partnership with our wonderful sponsors. Together, we are building a thriving and diverse small business ecosystem that enriches our entire community. At weVENTURE, we offer free business coaching, low and no-cost business education, mentorship, and leadership development programs to help you confidently launch and grow your business. Visit weventure.fit.edu to schedule your first free coaching session or learn more about our programs and services. No matter where you are on your entrepreneurial journey, you don't have to build alone. weVENTURE WBC would be honored to be a part of your success story.